It has been a minute since I've done a tier list. I feel like there have been so many questions. I was going to do one at the end of 2025, and I was like, well, I don't know how much my opinion has changed. And then upon seeing the alt rank tier list, I was like, oh, I guess my opinion has changed since my last tier list. So today, we're doing a tier list. Also, I guess I forgot to change the tiers, and I'll do them one at a time, I suppose. So we're going to start off, of course, with bottom tier. These are the worst of the worst characters that are honestly all pretty decent, because you could argue any of these characters are any of these positions. So first, I'm going to be covering Marth. As I said, Marth sucks. I think he's the worst character in the game. I think he's the worst designed character in the game. So much of his game plan is just predicated on your opponent not being very slightly differently spaced. There's no reason to play him over basically any character. There are a billion sword characters that are better than him, more consistent than him, that can kill easier than him. Like, if you want a character that can kill, you play Roy. If you want a character that can space or do walling, you do Lucina or Aegis or Byleth. Like, there are so many characters that, in my opinion, are just bad. I mean, Marth has a decent disadvantage state, but it's not a good disadvantage state because he's floaty and he doesn't really have good descending aerials because Downer has a billion years of lag. Like, Ganon at least kills you at 60 pretty consistently, or 80. Marth sometimes kills you at 160, and killing is so important in this game. And it doesn't matter. There's the charts of, oh my god, Marth actually kills 12.5% earlier than Lucina, but it's not about the actual killing, it's about the threat of killing. And people aren't scared of Marth except for Downer forward smash, because until you're hitting that, it doesn't matter. I think this character's ass. I think this character is so bad. Speaking of which, I'm taking a little note out of Japan's book, and the second worst character is the Belmonts. So honestly, the Belmonts are decent, which is crazy, right? Every character in my opinion in this game is decent. Even Marth is decent. I'm just having to shit on him because he's the worst character in the game. But he's decent, right? I would give him a 5 out of 10, 4.5 out of 10, if in terms of just in a vacuum. But that's just how good this game is. The Belmonts have one of the worst disadvantage states in the game. They have a lot of traps and a lot of setups, but I feel like that's a lot of there are some matchups that are good for the Belmonts that are just winning, but a lot of it is predicated on people not knowing the matchup, not knowing how to edgeguard this character, not knowing how to ledge trap this character. I mean, Karu has been doing pretty well as the best Belmont in the world at this point because what's-his-face quit from SoCal, but Karu is really good, but also Karu plays a lot of Kazuya in the matchups that you can't just kind of cheese sometimes because the Belmonts can't do it by themselves. And again, this is a solo main tier list, not a usefulness if you play them as a secondary type of tier list. So, yeah, I don't think the Belmonts are good. I think it's really scary for them. Every matchup is just if you start avoiding Holy Water, you know how to deal with Holy Water, you know how to deal with Cross, the character sucks. And then he doesn't really have any good ground moves. Forward tilt is good, but it's not a good neutral move in my opinion. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that, but it doesn't feel good in neutral. It feels good as oh man, someone committed to their jump already, I'm gonna forward tilt our landing. But if someone just slowly stays grounded and then parries things and shields Holy Water, jumps up, catches it, throws it away, something like that, I think it's hard. And I may be biased because I play Pika, which is 7-3 unlosable basically, but I feel even when I play my other characters, it's just almost every single time it's no matter how much damage they're dealing you, they're not gonna kill you and you're gonna win because you're just gonna hit them off stage and kill them. Speaking of hitting off stage and kill them, Ganon. Ganon is still really bad relative to the cast, but Shindelion's beaten ass recently. And obviously, I'm not really necessarily a results person. It's oh, this result exists, therefore the character is good. It's just I don't know, seeing someone beat top players with this character, not even sometimes, but relatively consistently now is kind of crazy. You can't say that about the Belmonts. You can't say that about Marth. You can't say that about a lot, even King Dedede, which I'm gonna go over next. But obviously the disadvantage is really bad. The neutral's not great, but it's scary, right? He at the very least puts a lot of fear in you. And at this point in 2026, the options are either play perfect or scare the hell out of your opponents so that they mess up playing perfect. And Ganon can do that a lot. And I undervalue that because I was well, you can just do it better. He's so scary. He's really scary, right? So yeah, I don't think it's that bad. Next up we have King Dedede. So no, still bad. I think Dedede is better than these characters strictly because his disadvantage is of these characters by far the best, because he has multiple double jumps, he has an amazing fast fall to get at his advantage. He has decent descending aerials with nair and back air. There's always mix-ups of Gordo. He has a command grab with inhale. That's useful in disadvantage. He can edge guard. His edge trapping is better than the Belmonts, which is their only good thing in my opinion. It's scary, and he has decent edge guarding with forward air, back air, Gordo. Even Inhale, if he's up a stock, can be really threatening. He's bad. He's really bad. But he just is like a little bit better. I think this character's not functional. I low-key wanted to put him below Ganon, but I couldn't put him below Ganon because at least he can recover relatively consistently. That's like a big deal. Obviously, I know Marth's recovery is like way better than these. Well, probably not better than Dedede's, but like better than Richter or the Belmonts and Ganon. But I just think he's so not functional as a character because, like, dude, if they literally just changed how the priorities of his hitboxes worked, everything would be fine. Next up, unfortunately, not getting out of the bottom 5. Saw someone say that in chat. Little Mac. Little Mac's still bad, but again, like Ganon, he's scary. His ground game's genuinely good. He has a lot of damage output. He has a frame 1 combo. He has 2 frame 1 combo escapes with the neutral B armor and up B. He has a great counter. His recovery is like not as bad as Ganon's. It's bad, but it's not like the worst. It's pretty hard to mess with for certain characters. If he has all of his resources. If he doesn't have all of his resources, he's gonna die. But I mean, he has KO Punch, which is a better thing than literally any of these characters basically combined. Because KO Punch kills at 25. Goes through shield. Pretty good. Obviously, his aerials are bad, but you have descending super armor. It's like bad focus, right? But sometimes better focus, low-key, because it can beat multi-hits. So it really just depends, right? He has tools. Obviously, he can't pressure people on platforms, but his ground game is so threatening that, like, there's, in my opinion, very few people that will genuinely sit on platform against Ganon and not do anything. Or sorry, sit on platform against Mac and not do anything and not be threatened and just keep jumping and jumping away and that's it. But like, if Mac gets up there, he can cheese a hit with a down tilt or an up tilt and then kill you at 50. It's like a big thing. He has a lot of kill setups at like 35 or 40% without KO Punch because it's like up tilt, land on plat, up tilt, up B. Kills so early. I've been the victim of from Peanut. You know, I know that SY, I believe, just beat Mia somehow. I don't know, man, but you can't have those results and be the worst character or second worst character in the game. That's my opinion, right? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And also, I know Peanut almost beat Leo back when Leo was, like, the best player in the world. So, like, still really threatening, really scary character. Bad, but he's still threatening. In my opinion, a character that's a little bit less polarizing, but just kind of bad in general, is Ike. Our mate beat Leo this past year. Insane that happened offline. Ike is like a better Dedede, which isn't saying much because he's worse a lot of other characters. His game plan is too linear, too obvious, and it's not even strong enough to be like, well, it doesn't matter that it's linear and obvious because it's good. It's not good. It's fine. It's parryable. His grabs, if they did more, like, honestly, if his grab game was just better for like 20 more %, he'd be like literally 7 or 8 places higher. Yeah, like Ike is just too linear. Nair's a good move. Up air, back air, F tilt, those are good moves. The recovery's decent, but I mean, up B is like really punishable, which is unfortunate. Like, so many characters can just mess with it, so it has to be side B, and if there's a character that can interrupt side B, you just lose. You just immediately lose your recovery. He has one thing he can do, and it's decent, but it's not that good. A character that can do one thing most of the time, but it's better, and it's like really matchup dependent is Zelda. Phantom is an incredible move. That's a good-ass move. If you fight a character with a reflector, you lose. If you can't deal with someone like jumping over it, you lose. You need so much space to start using it in order for it to be threatening. This character has good results, right? Free K-Flock's been doing really well. Wine's been doing really well overall the past like year and a half, 2 years, especially like in the 2 years that I've done a tier list. There have been pretty good results with this character. But that's everything. Every character has good results at some point, right? Karu got top 8 at CEO. Leo has like mostly won a major with Marth like years and years ago. Shindaline's doing really well and Major's doing really well. Dedede has had a smattering of good results here and there. Little Mac has Peanut and SY who are really good. Plus there's Tadakatori. Tadakatori like won or like got top 8 or like top 4 at like a pre-local and beat like a bunch of top players. Ike, after the nerfs, hasn't really had any results, and Zelda has had some, like pretty good. But it's one of those things where Phantom's really good. I hate fighting this character. I'm personally really, really bad versus Zelda still. I have lost to a Zelda within the past like year in Florida from just like a Florida Zelda that's pretty good. I forget their tag off at the moment, but I lost to them even with Brawler as well. Because like I'm personally like impatient and stupid, and I got like 2 frame by Phantom, which is a crazy thing that can happen. But like has a couple good aspects about her. But if you can nullify Phantom, the character's like really, really bad. Turtles? Yes, Turtles. I believe Jacksonville. It's like not even my personal bias, right? Because I think Zelda like is annoying, and I personally am really bad at dealing with her. But like so many characters aren't, and so many players aren't. So I think she's really bad. And that's gonna be it for bottom tier.